Attention, Raiders fans! A bombshell has dropped behind the scenes in the NFL. The Raiders have just secured a reinforcement that could completely change our offense, or defense. No one expected this name, but it's coming. I managed to dig behind the scenes, and today I'll tell you all about it. So before the reveal, click the like button and subscribe to the channel, because the new addition to our roster is already on the way, and you need to know why. At a crucial time for the team, the Las Vegas Raiders are witnessing a growing wave of talent on their defense, especially at cornerback. With a mix of promising youngsters and inexperienced players, the 2025 season has been shrouded in uncertainty. None of the Raiders' top cornerbacks have played more than 2 seasons in the NFL, putting even more pressure on rookies Darian Porter, 2023 third-round pick, Decamarion Richardson, 2024 fourth-round pick, and Q Blue Kelly, 2023 fifth-round pick, all of whom are vying for starting positions. While the Raiders show growing confidence in their rookie players, the recent trade of Jacorian Bennett to the Philadelphia Eagles reveals the team's commitment to the development of the current group. However, we know that as the season progresses, the need for proven reinforcements in the secondary will become even more evident. And that's where a name that could redefine the future of the Raiders' defense comes in. Rick Woolen, cornerback for the Seattle Seahawks, who will become a free agent in 2026. With a profile that's music to Pete Carroll's ears, Woolen brings a unique blend of height, agility, and impressive physique. At 6'4" and 215 pounds, the cornerback has already proven his worth in Seattle as a starter. Since the 2022 draft, he has emerged as a key player in Carroll's defensive scheme, not only for his physical presence, but also for his ability to excel in the front court, like the cornerbacks Carroll has molded in the past. With the imminent departure of veterans and the gaps in the defense, Woolen is the type of player who can make an immediate impact on any team, and the Raiders are more than prepared to make a bold move for him in 2026. Comparisons to Richard Sherman, one of the greatest cornerbacks in history, are inevitable. Sherman, also recruited by Carroll and with a similar style, took Seattle's defense to a level of excellence. Woolen, since arriving in the league, has shown he can follow in Sherman's footsteps, reaching a high level in a short time. Now, the Raiders, with their focus on young talent like Porter, are in a unique position to try to replicate the success they had under Sherman, and Woolen is the key player who can make that happen. Porter, one of the team's newest defenders, shares many similarities with the great cornerbacks recruited by Carroll. He himself made a point of emphasizing his gratitude for learning from a renowned coach like Pete Carroll, as well as Raiders defensive coach Joe Woods. In an interview with Raiders reporter Levi Edwards, Porter commented, "Learning from guys like Coach Carroll and Coach Woods is an ideal situation for my development. It wasn't surprising to me that the Raiders specifically approached me, considering the type of player Coach Carroll likes. But the big question is, with Porter and other rookies considered the future anchors of the Raiders defense, will the time really need a name as big as Rick Woolen? The answer may lie in the secondary's performance in 2026. If the rookies fail to live up to expectations, or if the defense shows glaring weaknesses, the Raiders will have a clear target for the future, and signing Woolen could be the move needed to finally solidify the defense. There's no doubt that Woolen will be a sought-after asset, and the Raiders will be fully prepared to seize that opportunity when it arises. With increased pressure and the promise of a new generation of defensive stars, the Raiders have everything they need to transform their defense and, who knows, become one of the most feared defenses in the league. With the right reinforcement at the right time, Rick Woolen could be exactly the missing piece. But it doesn't stop there. In a surprising turn of events, the Las Vegas Raiders may soon part ways with one of their most experienced linebackers. Former Pro Bowl selection Jalen Smith faces an uncertain future after analysts predict the Raiders will release him before Week 1 of the 2025 season. NFL analyst Gary Davenport, writing for Bleacher Report, stated, "Smith simply isn't the linebacker he once was, and honestly, he hasn't been for a while." This statement comes after Smith's 2015 knee surgery, which apparently hampered his ability to perform at the same level that earned him a second-round draft pick. After spending the 2024 season away from football, Smith is attempting to return to the NFL with the Raiders. But his struggles to find a permanent home after being released by the Dallas Cowboys in 2021 have raised questions about his ability to remain in the league. Despite the doubts, Smith had a solid run with the Cowboys from 2017 to 2020, earning a Pro Bowl selection in 2019 with impressive statistics including 142 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 1 interception. Despite his recent struggles, Smith remains a unique opportunity to see how the team stacks up against one of the NFC's most dominant teams, and the scenario is fraught with uncertainty and challenges for both the Raiders and the Niners. This will be the 3rd consecutive year the Raiders and Niners face off during the preseason, with the duel scheduled to take place at the famed Allegiant Stadium at 1:05 p.m. PT. However, this game will be much more than just a tune-up. The San Francisco 49ers, traditionally a formidable team, are being hit by by a series of injuries that could compromise their performance on the field. The situation looks increasingly dire for California, as head coach Kyle Shanahan revealed that 20 players sat out practice during the joint session with the Raiders. This alarming number left several positions open, with key areas like the defensive backfield, the defensive line, and even the wide receiver core having to deal with a lack of depth and last-minute adjustments. Among the key absentees, quarterback Brock Purdy, who was recovering, missed last week's loss to the Broncos. A major question mark for the 49ers surrounds his participation in this game. "I want Brock to play, but I haven't made a final decision yet," Shanahan said cautiously. "We'll probably start our starters, but not all of them will be on the field." This statement leaves a mystery hanging in the air. Will the Niners, with so many missing pieces, be able to remain competitive? Or will the Raiders seize the opportunity to take a big step toward the regular season in a matchup that promises to be much more difficult than it first appears? On the Raiders' side, confidence is evident. Head coach Pete Carroll didn't hesitate to state everyone is excited, confirming that the Raiders starters will be on the field and ready to face the Niners no matter what. This is a crucial time for the Raiders, who are not only trying to establish their rhythm for the season, but also making important roster adjustments. Recently, the Raiders made strategic changes, signing safety Terrell Edmunds and adding wide receiver Marquez Callaway. Additionally, the Raiders released Kawan Baker, further cementing the importance of roster moves and building a cohesive and competitive season. With so many injuries plaguing the Niners, this preseason matchup takes on a high-tension tone. It's not just a chance to test individual players' performance, but a true battle of endurance. How will each team handle the challenges and adversities that arise when key players are sidelined? How much will this impact the game's dynamics and collective performance? It's a perfect opportunity to see who shines in difficult times and who might be the unexpected star that shines amidst the chaos. The truth is, this Raiders-49ers matchup could do much more than simply impact team morale. It could lay the foundation for what's to come in the 2026 season. Will the Raiders, led by Pete Carroll, be ready to capitalize on the Niners' weakness and emerge with a convincing victory? Or will the 49ers, despite all their struggles, still find a way to surprise and remain strong despite the injuries? With the uncertainty surrounding the Raiders' defense and the possibility of a major signing in 2026 with Rick Woolen, the 49ers' weakness due to injuries, and the decision regarding Jalen Smith's future with the Raiders, could this preseason game be a game changer that not only defines the 2025 roster, but also shapes the search for essential reinforcements for 2026? And subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Raiders news.